Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rick with the Digital Divide, and today I want to talk about music, specifically music and video games. I think music and video games is super underappreciated, and it is incredible how impactful music is to a video game and how much it sets the mood and expectation for a game. And today I want to highlight a mix of incredible soundtracks for video games, both new and old, that I think are worth pointing out. And like any list, this is going to be completely subjective, but these are some standout titles that I can think of right off the bat. The first game I want to talk about is called The Outer Wilds. This is such an amazing game. It's not for everyone because you kind of repeat the same thing over and over again, but the soundtrack is undeniably beautiful. Give it a listen. Okay, this next game really doesn't need any introduction. It's The Legend of Zelda. It's one of the most iconic video game franchises ever made, and also has one of the most iconic soundtracks. This is an example of the opening theme recreated for the 30th anniversary.
Sonic flight, gotta keep it going. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom, keeps you running faster. Sonic boom, sonic boom, save the planet from disaster. Sonic boom, sonic boom, spinning through a world in motion. Sonic boom, sonic boom.
So this next game is called Chrono Cross. This is an old game from the original PlayStation 1 and remains to this day one of my favorite RPGs ever made. Give the intro a listen. The music is beautiful. It does have a bit of a slow start, but it does kick into effect after a minute or so. So this next game is a very obscure title called PsyOps, the Mindgate Conspiracy. I still have a copy of this for the PlayStation 2. This was the first game that I can remember that really utilized physics in a meaningful way, aside from Half-Life 2, and it holds up to this day. It's such a great game. I was a fan of the band called Cold already, but when I found out that they made a song specifically for this game that's accessible through the game itself and the menus options, I was pretty excited, and I think it's a pretty good song, so give it a listen. The next game on the list is called The Outer Worlds, not to be confused with The Outer Wilds, which I talked about earlier. This one, though, does have an equally incredible soundtrack. As soon as you start the game up, you're greeted with this beautiful intro song. The next game on my list is Morrowind, and if I'm honest, I think this is probably the best soundtrack ever created for a video game. This has got to be my number one, or very close to it. Just give this a listen and let me know what you think. Alright, the next game on my list is an old 8-bit Nintendo game called Kid Icarus. This was a really fun platforming game that I remember playing as a kid, and one thing that always struck me was the soundtrack, so give it a listen. Now, this next game I had never even heard of. It's called Greedfall, and the only reason I ended up playing it is because it showed up on Game Pass one day and I was bored. So I downloaded it, and you're immediately greeted in the menu options with this unbelievably beautiful orchestral song. Just give it a listen. So this last one is a bit of a cheat because although it is based on a video game, this was a Netflix TV show called Arcane based on the League of Legends video game series. So it is video game adjacent, although it's not pulled directly from a specific game in that series. But this song was too amazing not to include on this list. So give it a listen and let me know what you think.
I can hear the sound of a heartbeat before it goes out. Won't never leave my memory of bloodshed all around. And I can see a tear on my father's face before it falls out. Oh, my enemy, how could I have ever let you down? When all these trees saw us grow, cut our teeth and make our bones right here. We play with shields made of stone, share our dreams and sit our thrones. Be still, 'cause I see smoke up ahead and I got steel in my hands. Return like warriors, I swear that we'll find glory up ahead. Tell me, where is my home? I don't recognize the faces anymore. No, where is my friend? The one I've known since I was only just a kid. I think it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.